So this is the Samsung Galaxy A52 4G. Hey guys, it's your Tagal Mary and welcome back to my channel. As promised, bibilin ko guys yung Samsung Galaxy A52 para sa inyo, para naman you guys have an idea if you should get the phone or not as usual. I also have the Samsung Galaxy A72 as you guys saw from the intro, pero sa separate video na yon, unahin natin itong mas affordable. This is the Samsung Galaxy A52 in blue. It is also available in black and in white. And for the Samsung Galaxy A52 5G, that one naman guys, ang available lang na color is the black one. Yung name ng colors niya actually very interesting. Awesome black, awesome blue, and awesome white. The Samsung Galaxy A52 4G retails for 18,990 pesos. And if you guys want to opt for the 5G variant, that one retails for 23,990 pesos. Good news, although this video is not sponsored by Samsung or by Lazada, gusto ko lang i-share that the new A series will be on sale sa birthday sale ng Lazada. Kaya gusto kong ihabol itong video na to para aware yung iba na may sale na magaganap on March 27. To those who are new to my channel, ang Samsung A series, hindi ko yan pinapalagpas on my channel. Meron tayong Samsung Galaxy A50, Samsung Galaxy A51, and here we are, the Samsung Galaxy A52, Samsung's most popular and best-selling mid-range device. Same packaging katulad ng dati, meron siyang smaller box inside. We have the panundot or the SIM ejector tool, jelly case na medyo may pagka-tinted, paperworks, the phone itself, ang ganda ng pagka-blue, di ba? The power brick, ang ating USB Type-C charging cable. Wala nang iba. Wala tayong earphones. So, ano-ano yung dapat nyong na-expect sa smartphone na to? Syempre, nandito yung mga main features niya, which are, meron Infinity O display, a quad camera setup na merong 64 megapixels with OIS, and an IP67 water and dust resistance. Finally, nailabas ko na, na-setup ko na yung device. Literal na first impressions ito guys, and grabe. Alam niyo yung parang ibang-iba siya sa A50, ibang-iba sa A51. They really did change their design language this time. Ibang-iba sa predecessor niya, which is one of the many reasons why you should upgrade from your A50 and A51. This is if design matters to you. If I were to describe, guys, yung kanyang finish, it's very similar sa mga flagship ng Samsung na S21, medyo may pagka-powder matte siya. But it's not the kind of matte na hindi dikitan ng smudges. Kasi kapag ako, tulad ko, pasmado ko, didikit at didikit pa rin siya. Pero hindi na siya dugyot looking. Kung i-compare natin sa glossy back finish na meron tayo sa mga predecessor niya. Although it's still made of plastic, medyo, alam mo naman, ang A-series, they always use plastic. I don't see anything wrong with that kasi nasa same price segment pa rin naman tayo, so understandable. Sayang lang, sobrang nasasaktan talaga ako guys dahil walang purple na available dito sa atin sa Philippines. So design-wise, pasadong-pasado sa akin, 10/10. And aside from its finish, they also changed the camera setup. Aside from that, I also love that it's lightweight. It weighs 189 grams. Akala ko nga nung una parang above 200 grams siya kasi sabi ko parang medyo may kakapalan yung device. And aside from that, probably the biggest or additional feature that you guys might want for a smartphone is yung additional IP67 water and dust resistance niya. Now, what does it mean? It doesn't mean, guys, na pwede mong isubmerge yung device sa pool, sa beach. This is also rare. If you were to ask me sa mga smartphones na na-review ko, bihira lang din ang mga mid-range devices na may ganitong klase ng feature. Pwede siyang mabasa sa ulan, pwede siyang matalsikan ng tubig, or kaya pag kumakain kayo accidentally, natapunan siya ng konting tubig, safe pa rin naman ang inyong Samsung Galaxy A52. Sa ibabaw, nandito located ang kanyang microphone, SIM 3 that is dual SIM and expandable via micro SD card. Sa kanan, nandito yung kanyang volume rocker and the power button. On the left part, it's clear, wala tayong kahit na ano. And then below, we have the headphone jack, another microphone, USB Type-C port, and yung kanyang speaker grill. So here is the display. Kung hindi ko pa i-mention sa inyo yung specs na meron tayo for the display, kung mapapansin nyo, medyo may nagbago. Yung side bezels niya actually medyo numipis, including yung kanyang chin sa ilalim. Siyempre, chin nga, nasa ilalim. Anyway, meron siyang 6.47 inches of Full HD Plus na merong 90 Hz refresh rate with Super AMOLED display. And as a result, browsing through the UI, sobrang smooth. Nakakapanibago kasi alam niyo naman ang A-series, they stayed and had a regular 60Hz screen refresh rate ever since. Kahit na uso na ang mga 90Hz last year, naka 60Hz pa rin sila. And I'm glad that they already adapted that. Now, if you don't feel like the 90Hz screen refresh rate is enough for you guys, meron naman tayong A52 na 5G variant na naka 120Hz screen refresh rate. Which is, I know, wow, kasi akala ko ang improvement lang ay yung kanyang chipset. Having a 120Hz screen refresh rate is a very flagship-like spec. So yeah, very impressive din yung 5G variant niya. Now, how about the screen protection? Meron naman siyang Corning Gorilla Glass 5 for the front, and again, sa likod, wala kasi nga plastic lang naman ito. So far, the display is enjoyable. Ang kanyang peak brightness ay aabot ng 800 nits. So viewing content even outdoors, medyo wala kayong magiging problema sa kanya. Aside from that, it also comes with a Widevine L1 certification. So when watching on Netflix or any other streaming channels, pwede kayo manood ng movies ng HD. Aside from that, it's also impressive that the Samsung Galaxy A52 has a stereo setup. And since we have a Super AMOLED display here, expect na meron siyang always-on display and an in-display fingerprint sensor. For the in-display fingerprint sensor, guys, honestly, as expected, alam niyo ang A51 at A50, medyo problema ko na mabagal nga yung kanyang in-display fingerprint sensor. With this one, bumilis naman siya kahit papano, but there are times na may delay pa rin, so it's not that consistent. That's why this time, I always opt for a face unlock, pero medyo hassle kasi guys, since naka-face mask nga tayo pag nasa labas. So alam mo yon, I can't help but to look for a side-mounted fingerprint sensor since that always work faster. Now, for the performance, itong Samsung Galaxy A52 na 4G variant ay merong Snapdragon 720G na merong 8nm processor with Adreno 618 GPU. And if you are curious kung anong chipset ang ginamit sa Samsung Galaxy A52 5G, yun naman ay merong Qualcomm Snapdragon 750G with Adreno 619 GPU. Actually, if we were to compare the Antutu score of the Samsung Galaxy A52 from its predecessor na naka-Exynos 9611, based on what I remember, it didn't reach 200,000 sa Antutu benchmark score niya. And then itong Samsung Galaxy A52, it scored for around 260,000, which is a major improvement. So malaki yung tinaas niya from, again, its predecessor. So far, alam nyo, maganda yung experience ko with the Samsung Galaxy A52. Although, there are smartphones na bagong labas ngayon na nasa same price segment niya halos, na may higher chipset. So, medyo tough ang competition actually for this month, March. And medyo nahihirapan kayo, I know. So, I'll help you guys sa mga future videos natin kung ano ba ang mas worth it bilhin. And syempre, since very limited lang yung time ko with the A52, I haven't really played games on this smartphone. So, abangan nyo na lang guys sa mga future videos natin. Anyway, the variant that I have here pala is the 8GB of RAM na mayroong 256GB of internal storage. Another good news, the Samsung Galaxy A52 runs the latest One UI 3.1 based on Android 11. Now, let's talk about its cameras. Actually, meron siyang 4 na camera, mukha lang 5 kasi nga meron tayong flash. Meron tayong 64 megapixels primary camera with OIS, a 12 megapixels ultra-wide camera, a 5 megapixels depth sensor, and a 5 megapixels macro lens. Quick trivia lang, sa mga smartphones na nasa ganitong price segment, madalas EIS lang ang meron tayo, which is the electronic image stabilization sa mga ganitong price segment, but Samsung opted to use OIS, which is the optical image stabilization, which is much better, and I will always choose OIS over EIS any day. But to take note, sa primary sensor lang ito, although we can shoot videos using the ultra-wide camera, it won't be as stable kung i-compare natin when using the main camera. Lastly, for the front camera, actually, ito hindi ito masyadong nag-improved. It's still 32 megapixels for the front. But I do think yung quality ng photos natin is so much better than the last time. Anyway, if you guys want to see our sample photos, ito yung mga latest shots taken by this smartphone since I just got the device. I'll be flashing them after this clip. Lastly, para sa kanyang battery guys, bago ko i-end ang video natin, it has 4,500 mAh of battery capacity with supported 25-watt fast charging. Which is actually a nice upgrade kung i-compare natin sa predecessor niya na mayroong 4,000 mAh of battery capacity. And kung maalala nyo guys, yung predecessor niya rin ay merong 15-watt fast charging lang. Yun ang tinatawag na upgrade. But on other countries, although it supports 25-watt fast charging, yung mga kasama sa box niya ay 15-watt power brick lang. And same in our country, 15-watt power brick lang din yung kasama sa loob ng box. So kung may mga 25-watt kayo sa bahay nyo, then you might wanna use that on this phone. For me, kung tatanungin niyo ako guys, it did upgrade. Actually, very healthy yung upgrades na meron tayo sa Samsung Galaxy A52 from its predecessor. The upgrades are very noticeable. Design pa lang guys, makikita niyo naman. But if, again, i-compare natin siya sa other brands, ibang usapan na kasi yun. So, on our review video, bibigyan ko rin kayo ng alternatives. Siyempre, it's also interesting to see kung paano nga ba makikipag-compete itong Samsung Galaxy A51 from its competitors. Anyway, again, maraming salamat guys for watching my Samsung Galaxy A52 unboxing and first impressions video. It will be again on sale in Lazada on March 27 sa kanilang birthday sale. See you guys on my Samsung Galaxy A72 unboxing and first impressions. Bye guys!